Welcome back to Bow News Network. We are actually bringing a special update in regards to very, very severe weather across the continent, the United States. We're looking specifically at the regions of Texas, Arkansas. We're seeing some severe thunderstorm activity in the region of Arkansas, and we've seen some tornadoes appear in the region of Firestone, Colorado. So we're going to bring this to you so you can take a closer look, be in the know as far as the weather that's in your area, in your neck of the woods. So we're actually taking a closer look at the extreme weather that's occurring in Arkansas, and then we're going to take a closer look at tornadoes that were reported by law enforcement in the region of Firestone, Colorado. They appear to be land spout tornadoes. So we're going to take a closer look exactly as far as what's actually happening. Hopefully there weren't any casualties or loss of life or property, but this is a very, very extreme and severe weather that we're monitoring all across the country for you, our subscribers of Bow News Network. If we take a closer look, if you recall from our precipitation model, we were actually looking at severe weather in a region that was east of the I-35 for Texas, as well as in the region of Louisiana and Arkansas. And also we were taking a closer look also at the regions in Colorado. And also, there were severe weather advisories for North Dakota as well as the northern section of South Dakota. In regards to our prediction center advisories for today, the situation was pretty grave with severe storms in the region of Arkansas through down into the northern section of Louisiana and also across into the central of Texas. And we can also see that there was also severe alert for areas of Fargo, North Dakota, and also going into Colorado. Let's take a closer look at the weather in the region of Arkansas. We can see some really severe wind patterns making their way through into the area, and just almost like a coordinated line of severe thunderstorms that were bearing down in the region. As we had reported in our previous forecast, we anticipated severe weather entering the region of Pine Bluff, which is just past Little Rock, Arkansas. And these storms have pretty much lined up in almost like a squall of supercell, a cluster of thunderstorms making their way through, bringing with them severe damaging winds as well as hail to the size of half of an inch to an inch, based on local spotter reports. There's quite a bit of intense shower activity and rainfall for some of these cells, but we are monitoring the situation very closely. It's almost as if the squall is actually going to cross from Arkansas into the region of Tennessee very shortly. So we anticipate that there's going to be extreme weather for the region of northern Mississippi, Tennessee Valley area, also possibly even northern Alabama going into the latter part of tonight. But the level of severity for this weather is as such that it may incur tornadoes, late night tornadoes in the region of northern Mississippi, as well as northern Arkansas, as well as in the vicinity of possibly Memphis, Tennessee, going into the latter part of tonight. There, based on our forecasting model, we see a lot of potential energy for development of very, very severe, powerful supercells with upper level bulk sharing, which basically means that there's enough energy at even at the higher levels for increasing the level of storm helicity, which could increase the chance of tornadoes forming later on tonight. One thing we wanted to take a closer look at also is in the region of Colorado. We can see these very, very severe storms actually coming down in the region just north of Denver, in the region of Firestone, just south of Fort Collins. and we're seeing some really powerful cells that are actually forming in this area. And do keep in mind that from our precipitation model, we do have a low pressure system just to the west of that region. So actually, just a little bit north of that region. So it most likely is impacting the weather directly there at this particular time. But we do see some severe, very powerful supercells in the region of just west of Castle Rock, south of Denver. Also, severe. We had some tornadoes actually touch down in the region of Firestone, near in Colorado. So there we see those four that are spotted near Plateville and just east of Meade in Colorado, east of Longmont in Colorado. So this is an ongoing situation with the weather. We're trying to develop as many updates as possible for our subscribers so that you can stay in the know as far as severe weather in the region. But simply based on the Storm Prediction Center advisories, we do see that severe weather is forecasted for the region of Fort Worth, Texas, Colorado Springs anticipated, Arlington, Texas, Aurora, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas has been in the scope of the severe weather for weeks actually. Odessa, Lubbock, that region of Texas, also along the border of New Mexico, southeastern New Mexico, has seen quite a bit of scattered powerful supercell thunderstorms with damaging hail and large and also high winds. So that is actually doesn't really do really well for the residents of those areas. Also, we'll take a closer look at the slight risk for regions, slight marginal, actually higher level risk zone for Shreveport, Louisiana, Killeen, Texas, Fargo, North Dakota, College Station, Texas, and Bryan, Texas. So these areas are actually under a higher level of severe threat for extended amount of thunderstorm activity going into the latter part of tonight. But it's very, very important for us to also keep in mind that temperatures have been escalating, and combined with the low level moisture that's actually coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. Keep in mind the winds are from the south into the region of the Gulf states, so that is a injection of very, very low level moisture coupled with the high level of Cape energy, convective available potential energy in the region. Very, very minimal capping as far as any kind of mechanism that will prevent any kind of tornado capping in the region of the Gulf states, such as Arkansas and Mississippi. We anticipate with surface heating from during the day, depending on the level of cloud cover, there may be more intense thunderstorm activity forming during the latter part of tonight. So we will continue to monitor the situation in this region. We're also taking a closer look and monitoring the region of central Colorado as well as northern Dakota. Just keep in mind also that with the escalation of these late evening tornadoes in the region of Colorado, we anticipate that there's going to be additional severe supercell thunderstorms throughout the night. The element of surface heating during the day, coupled with the fact that there's more than enough low-level moisture to invoke additional severe weather. So you should definitely keep in mind going into the latter part of tonight, also going into the early morning hours, that you should be prepared for more severe weather in the region of northern and central Colorado, north of Denver, possibly even receiving more severe thunderstorm cells with the possibility of even a nighttime tornado moving in. Looking at our Storm Prediction Center once again, and we want to highlight this as much as possible so that our subscribers can pay attention if they happen to be in a slight zone or marginal zone of extreme weather going into the latter part of this evening, or the early morning hours of Tuesday, June 8th. We are looking at severe weather all across in that yellow zone. So definitely be aware and be open to all avenues of media that might be available to you in the case that you do get a tornado warning. There's a possibility there's a tornado warning. You may lose power, so you should have as many avenues of media available should you need to seek shelter, emergency shelter in the event of a tornado. So we're actually going to be monitoring the Doppler radar throughout the night and bringing updates to you. At this time, residents should be prepared for higher escalating temperatures going into Tuesday. As you can see from higher temperatures in central Texas, the southwest of the United States is still under extreme drought, and also we're looking at more drought for the region of North Dakota, South Dakota, and very, very high temperatures in central Florida, all the way through to southeastern states such as Georgia, the Carolinas, North Carolina, as well as Virginia into Pennsylvania and the Northeast states. So that is our update for severe weather across the continental United States. We do want to reach out to all of our subscribers who are affected by the severe weather to buckle down throughout the later evening hours and be prepared for more severe weather should you live in the area of Arkansas or southern Tennessee, even central Colorado, northern Colorado, and even northern Dakota. So that is our update for going into the latter part of Monday, June 7th. We do appreciate all of you, all of our subscribers, and we want to make sure that you are actually in the know as far as all of the different elements of the weather that are affecting you in your neck of the woods. So always remember to bow to the weather, and thank you for watching Bow News Network. Have a great day.